different show for you and a different intro.
Oh, we certainly do. We are mixing it up for sure today.
And our guest,
well, she's a bit late, but it's all good. We're going to start without her.
Okay.
I think she's on her way.
Okay.
So she's just going to jump right in. So here we go.
Welcome to Pandemic Pantry. We know you might be feeling fancy. Soon you'll be cooking some fancy, yes you will. Stay and cook along with us today.
Oh, she made it! Oh, what a fun entrance!
when did you come in? I just popped in.
We're so glad that you are joining us today. A beautiful day that it is
Yes, I'm so glad to be here with y'all.
Yes.
Well, we
welcome.
asked Gillian along today. We gave her a choice of something fabulous to cook. And what did you come up with?
Yes, Tikka Masala, so we're going to be having some Indian food. My girls love it, and every time I've tried to make it, I feel like it's not that great. So I wanted Kate and Adrian to help me.
Spice it
Yay.
up. Okay, well, we are excited to do that. But
Yes.
I think
Well,
you said you would do a little devotional for us today?
Yes. So I was thinking, as we were getting ready for today, about the Exodus story of the manna from heaven. And do you know what that word manna means?
No.
No.
It means, what is it?
Ah.
Because when it fell from the sky, they were like, what is it? You might be saying the same thing about the food today. Maybe you hadn't had it before. What is it?
What is it?
And I said that about okra the first time I
What
saw
is
it.
it?
What is it?
We're going to have some of that too. It's one of my favorite foods. So what is it is what was said when the manna fell from the sky, and they were in the wilderness. And we're in the wilderness kind of season right now in this pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And God is blessing us even still with new things. We're trying lots of new things right now. I think everybody is.
Mhm.
And this is something new. And when they said, what is it? It was a blessing, that food on the ground. It wasn't anything they'd had before, but it was the sustenance that they needed. And God reminds us that it might be new things, but God's going to provide for us even in this pandemic.
Oh,
That
that's
is a
so
great-
perfect.
Mhm.
That's just what I needed to hear today.
Yes, just a reminder to trust that it's all going to be okay.
And do you know who we are? Did we say who we are?
No, well, we just leapt right in. I was just so excited.
I know.
So I'm Kate Wheaton. I'm Director of Hospitality at First United Methodist Church.
I'm Gillian Walters. I'm one of the associate pastors at First Methodist.
And I'm Adrian Borden. I'm the director of 50 Plus Ministries.
Yay! All right, well, let's just dive right in. We thought that we would start with some little accompaniments to go with our curry, but just to give you an overview of what we're doing today, we're doing a Chicken Tikka Masala, which is a very generic curry. In fact, it's not actually from India. It was made up by the Brits for their love of curry, but their taste buds were a little, not up for all that spicy food. And indeed, a lot of those ingredients were not available at the 18th century when it all started as a passion. So
I didn't know that. That's probably why it's a little more kid friendly too.
yes, and so we have the
it's more
cream in
mild.
there, and then maybe like the butter chicken, and the cream and the lemon juice and things tamper down those flavors, but so you still get that depth of flavor and all of those different layers, and your mouth just fills with deliciousness, but you don't go running for a glass of water.
Yes.
So don't be afraid, curry, it's just a very tasty curry. So if you haven't tried something, this is a great one to start with. But all good curries have lots of little side dishes to go with them. Mango chutney is one that probably everyone has heard of, but we have a plethora of figs in the south, so we thought that we would do figs.
Yes.
So our guest celebrity is going to start, and we are just going to literally dice up, quarter actually, £1.50 of figs. So
Alright.
dive right in.
Fabulous.
So I don't know if any of you have ever made chutneys before, but they are, this one particularly delicious, but you can make a banana and date chutney. I don't know if your mama farms. Does she make chutneys, Adrian?
No. Mom, do you?
Do you make Amanda, do you make chutneys?
I don't think she's made a lot of chutneys. They do a lot of canning.
I wonder if you could use muscadines.
You can, well,
They're like
perhaps, yes.
giant grapes with
Absolutely.
seeds.
I think you can do a curry with anything.
That's
I make, as I say, the date and banana one is a particular favorite of mine.
Mhm.
But we might just help you chop. Did you
Yeah,
think,
here.
Adrian?
Yes.
We can all
I'll grab
chop
a cutting
together.
board.
I've got one actually.
All
Speed
of
is
this
not my middle
together.
name.
Okay,
There
I'll
you
get
go.
one for me.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, that's fine. And then we can
There we go.
speed through.
All right.
So-
So I'm kind of getting in my rhythm here.
Put
maybe.
Gillian on the spot and just have her.
Yeah.
Jump right in.
There we go.
Could you pass me that little red?
Yes, and
one?
would you fig me?
I will fig you. There we
Thank
go.
you.
Many hands make light work. Isn't that what they're saying?
Yes.
Tag
So-
teaming.
Team.
Tag team, back again. Okay,
Yeah. So here they go.
and I have to say, Indian is one of my favorite things to eat. India Palace in Montgomery, if you live in Montgomery, they make such
yummy.
wonderful, authentic food. That's where the Indian people eat, you know.
Mhm.
So you always know that's a good sign.
Yes. No, I love a good Indian curry too. And as I say, in England, hello English friends, we love a great curry. And it's
Yes.
very popular and very, we have something like, I think it said $5 million worth of the food market is produced from curry. And that's why
Wow.
tikka masala was named one of our national dishes because it is that popular.
Oh, wow.
So everyone thinks we're fish and chips, but
No.
we're really
No, that's
chicken
funny.
tikka.
I love
We
it.
quizzed my nephew. Right now, my brother is doing this cute thing with my nephews where they quiz them on a different country every week during the pandemic, which I think is adorable. And they did England, and I asked Smith, what is one of the favorite dishes, what is one of the favorite foods of English folks? And he said fish and chips. And I said, actually, I was thinking of curry.
It's so true.
Yeah.
So let's grab our pot.
Okay.
So this is super, super duper easy. So think, girls, what I'll do is read it off, and you can
Okay,
you can
okay.
pop it all in. So let's go
Awesome.
on and get our pound and a half of figs is going to go into there.
And that's everything we have here, right?
Yes. And then the next thing we're going to add and talk about are just the shallots. So a shallot is a very small onion. It just has a more intense flavor. Adrian's got a little one to hold up for you there. And we've actually pre-chopped some. But I'm just going to give this one a little bit of a chop.
That smells so good.
They are
Yes.
just small,
Okay,
and a bit harder to pull. And then while I'm struggling with this, if one of you would like to squeeze that half a lemon into that little lemon squeezer.
Easy peasy lemon
They're very
squeezy.
papery and not. Hey, so we had just a little camera glitch, it would seem, just there. So we are going to backtrack and just tell you what we've got in our pot of goodies. So the most important thing that I did need to recap with you is that the seeds that you have, we had the black mustard seeds, the coriander seeds, and the cumin seeds. We put them into a hot frying pan, saute pan, and just let them shake around in there for a couple of minutes. And what that does is it just warms up the spices and helps release those flavors. I didn't have a pestle and mortar, and so we used a rolling pin and a cup, and we just crushed a little bit, but don't go overboard with that. The spices, here they are going to just soften down once they cook, because this is going to have, you know, a 45-minute to an hour cooking time. And the fun thing, you know, that if you're not familiar with a chutney, it's got a sweet and salty, you know, ness about it, and that's going to give it that little piquant flavor. So everything now is in there. We've got our cider vinegar, we've got our balsamic vinegar, just that whole little ingredient list into one pot, ready to go. And having the balsamic in there is going to just give it a full rounded.
Smells great.
Yes.
All right, so there we go. That is going onto our cooker top
All right.
to slowly do its thing. All right, then moving right along, we are going to look at our other sides. So back to a bit more chopping.
Yes.
I did make Adrian laugh the other day. I had been shopping and we put all of our shopping in the refrigerator downstairs at work, except for I had a reminder cucumber, we called it. The reminder cucumber was on my desk all day to say, don't forget your shopping. So we might treat you to a larger
Thank
knife.
you.
There we go. Now, often what we do with our cucumber, I'm not sure how you would do yours, but we would split him up the middle
Okay.
and then use a teaspoon to scrape his seeds out. Are
Okay.
you familiar with that?
Fabulous.
So we're making, what are we making, Adrian? We're making a
cucumber raita.
We are, and we're making a tomato.
An onion salad.
Yummy.
Yummy.
And both of those are just fun little sides with your poppadoms. And we perhaps could talk about this just for a minute while Gillian is doing battle with the cucumber. Adrian can bring this with
Yes.
her.
So you want me to
Very
show the
traditional
dish?
side dish.
Should I show the both?
Yes,
Steaks?
let's show them all.
Okay, so this is the way that they come. Let me see how you can see that. This is the way that they come. I'm still talking too loud for you. But this is, they look really flat.
And we went to the Indian store to get those.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Indian market had these too. A Taste of India in Montgomery. And then this is what happens after you microwave them. So they get a really good texture going, and that, if you've had Indian food at the restaurant, then you've seen this is how they bring them out to you. But yeah, they're tasty and crunchy and delicious and perfect with chutney.
Little cubes. That will be very cooling. So if you are finding anything spicy, and those poppadoms can pack a punch.
They can.
This is a wonderful complement to that. So then we are just going to shake in a little bit of cumin.
Oh, now I'm rocking and rolling, ladies.
Yes.
This isn't. Is the cumin in the? Oh, here it is.
Oh, good.
Ground cumin,
You were like, I'm gonna put in cumin,
which was actually
but
cayenne
it's
pepper.
cayenne. Little different experience if you're looking to cool your mouth down.
I was like, I could fake it, or I could change it.
Movie magic.
And we are going to put a teeny bit of cayenne in there because I think Indian food just likes to play with our palate. You know, it likes to lift it up and take it down. So put a little of both going in there. Oh, Gillian's excellent chopping.
Well, we're chopping away.
And we could speed some of this up if y'all want to. I mean, it's up to you.
Absolutely. And then our mint leaves. I had some little mint leaves in the garden. So mint, of course, and cucumber. Lovely and cooling.
Mmm.
And
I love a garden full
can
of
I
veggies.
reach around and get that?
Yes.
Not so good big knife.
Oh, big knife.
And then I'll just whip through the mint.
Okay.
Don't step back.
Is this about the right size? A little smaller?
Teeny bits, keep going. Just keep rocking them.
Just
You just have to think
spinning.
that people are going to be trying to, you just want little bite-sized pieces
Got
so
it.
you don't get a big mouthful. And then we're just going to rock our knife just through the mint. Yes, this is like when I gave you the dud grater, do you remember? And said,
Oh,
oh,
yes.
it's
She was
obviously...
like, wow, Adrian cannot zest to save her life.
And then we put it in, and then I tried it and went, okay, it's
Okay.
alive."
It's the grater.
Now, if you're making this ahead of time, I will say though, add everything except your mint. When you cut mint, you actually bruise it. And so if you cut it too far ahead of time, it's all going to turn black. So mostly when you garnish with mint, you just tear it by hand because that's gentler on it. So just a little fun
That
fact.
sounds like a cool, fresh summer right there.
No, it reminds me of my grandmother's house because she had so much mint.
I think that's beautiful,
Great smell.
Gillian. And then if you want to
Fabulous.
just,
Put the
do you want to
cucumber
slide it in
here?
there? Yeah, or just hands are great.
Yes.
Handy hands.
Oh, that's gonna be tasty. It smells so, all the different smells
Yeah.
gel, so even just the smells gel well.
All right, and then we'll just whip that to the side, and I'm going to pop this one into our little serving dish. So as I say, you can get it all that way, and then right before you serve it to yourself. Yes. It's a bit like
Right
the
before you
Greek.
serve it to yourself.
That's right. Isn't it like the Greek version of the Greek
Oh, yeah,
version of that?
tzatziki.
Tzatziki. So I think it's not a lot different. Perhaps the cumin is different. That is such an Indian spice. And then that's, we could just, Adrian, would you slide that in the fridge?
Sure.
And then that will be ready for our little finale. Just going to let that go.
Perfect.
And we're going to do Oh, it'll make you work
Yes,
hard. A little
please.
5-minute clean up.
Okay.
5 seconds maybe.
It's a 5-second clean up.
So much coming in Clorox wipes.
I have to
Oh,
say,
man.
Gillian is a much easier guest than the one that we're used to. Winston.
Yes, I won't jump
Yes,
up
It's a little less
on
predictable.
Terry and Skip, Winston wishes he could be here today so he
Oh.
could say, hey, and you have a new dog. They have a new dog and they've decided to name it Cooper.
Cooper.
So we have
Great
Cooper.
name.
Little puppy Cooper is doing well.
My brother has a puppy named Cooper.
Oh.
Well, he's not a puppy anymore, but a dog.
He'll always be a puppy in his heart.
All right, so we're going
There
to whiz right on to the next one. So the next one that we're going to do is a tomato.
Thank you.
So how about,
Yes.
can
Can I help you?
you can help me. You know I need the recipe.
You need the recipe,
So
okay.
there we go. We've got lemon juice to go in there. So this is 1 onion, 1 lemon juice,
Okay, here's the
two-
onion.
2 tomatoes, 2 tablespoons of coriander,
Okay.
fresh coriander. So
Fresh.
You
Oh.
pick me some off,
AKA cilantro.
aka cilantro.
How much did you say? 2 tablespoons.
Yes, so if you pop that off and then I'll chop it with a better knife.
I think that we talked about this during our technical difficulties.
Yes.
So I thought I'd tell you some of the spices that we're using throughout and used in the chutney. One of them's coriander, and coriander is what it says in Numbers that the manna looked like. It looked like coriander seed, and it tasted like sweet honey and wafers. So just a little food
Yes,
for
and
thought.
I think we were saying if that fell from above, we would definitely say, what's that?
Yes. Yeah, little coriander seeds raining out of the sky. What is it?
What is that?
What is it?
Aw. So even though this has got the onion in it, the tomato is very cooling, and I'm just roughly chopping these. You could use your Magimix to chop them. There's not really a huge rhyme or reason to this, but they are just another little pretty happy to go on our table.
Yes.
Indian food's a very social meal. Lots of oh, let's just chop that.
Chop
too.
it.
I'd be eating grass. Okay. All right.
She's so much better at chopping.
Yes.
I just pop it in, but not my aim may not be so brilliant. Okay. And then again, we season with cayenne and salt.
Okay.
Salt.
So girls, if you want to,
Yeah.
grab a teaspoon from there.
Is that how much?
I would just use the
Just
end
a
of
bit.
end of a teaspoon.
Got it.
Maybe that's a good one to mix with.
I'll just
Uh-huh.
3 twists.
Awesome.
Right.
Get our little spill. And then once you've mixed that up, we can just tumble it into there, and then that one is ready to go.
Right.
So now onto the main event. Da da da!
Woo! Indian food.
Yes, woo! All the backup dancers are moving away now. And out comes the star of the show.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Look how
Look at that pretty.
lovely.
Do we put that in the fridge too,
I
Kate?
think so.
Okay, you'll be back. We'll see you soon, little salad.
All right, so we were kinder to Gillian than maybe we've been to Adrian sometimes. I think you will witness it, but I reined it in a little bit. So we literally bought some good old frozen chicken, Bison's frozen chicken, defrosted 3 chicken breasts, which we have cubed into our bag. So your recipe, we converted it, I think. So it's about 1.5 pounds of chicken. And super easy, not much washing up. You just put it in your bag, and then we're going to keep our bag open like this, and we're going to marinate it. There's only one little tricky part to that. So the first thing our recipe asks us to do is to do the juice of half a lemon, 3 teaspoons of salt,
Okay.
and then prod it. So the only opportunity with prodding your chicken in a bag is you don't want to puncture the bag and everything to come out. So really, it's sort of helping, you're beginning to find a little place in each cube for your flavors to go into.
Okay, it's
but
about
it's-
surface area.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I think you can prod with that big
Okay.
yes, but
Nice.
mindfully prod.
Okay, so we're gonna use this as our mindfully pride. Okay.
Yes.
One doesn't want to get carried away.
No kidding.
All right.
And 3 teaspoons of salt seems a lot. I sort of erred on like 2.5. I was a bit nervous with the whole 3.
Uh-huh.
Especially
You don't want to
these
over
days.
salt.
Right, and you can always add salt
Once
at the
it's-
end.
yeah.
But I think it just helps the chicken sort of open up and
Yes.
absorb all of that flavoring.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And we got the interesting little fun fact is we got this recipe, well, it's fun to me. We got this recipe from an English, well, she's Indian obviously, but she lives in England, and she is a writer called Madda Jeffrey. But her son, her brother, is a surgeon, and he did my tonsillectomy. Like, wow, my little claim to fame.
When?
Small world.
Way back, I was 21 when I had my tonsils
Oh, wow.
removed. But it was her brother that did it, so that was kind of fun.
That's fun. I love that.
It's just a little,
No, some prodding.
yes, now prod.
Time to prod.
Is prodding an English word more than,
Yes.
you wouldn't
Yes.
say that?
I would say
Poke.
poke.
Poke, okay, poke it,
Yeah.
yes. That sounds vicious. Prodding sounds a little gentler, like a bit of a nudge.
Like the
Yes, just lovingly.
Just give the chicken a bit of a nudge.
That reminds me.
with a knife.
That's like Julia Childs and her give the chicken a bottom massage.
Oh, yeah. Which we've done.
We've done that. Yes, you were all hands on for that.
Oh, yeah. I definitely learned a lot about chickens.
I would
during
think
that
having had
episode.
chickens on the farm, Gillian, you're probably not squeamish when it
Yeah.
comes to
Prodding.
or even getting your hands in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So while Gillian's doing that, let's just tell you what we've got on here. So, okay, yes, so we have got garam masala, we have got paprika, we have got ginger and garlic and cumin and chili powder. And so we are going to add all of that now to the baggie. So that the knife retires.
All right.
The-
I'm having so much fun.
And we might, yes, hold on 1 second. I think I'll make your life easier. This is 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So we are going to put that in, and that will just help facilitate the spices gliding around your chicken. And then
scoop
the best you can, all of that in there.
Fabulous. Thank you, Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is where the calming part comes. This is our cream, and we've got 6 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, or whipping cream, or in England, cream.
Cream. Just cream.
Heavy, double cream, we would call it. All the cream.
Mm.
Oh, so good. I was a little generous, so to allow for spillage. Yes,
Okay.
you're perfect.
Perfect.
I'm going to whip that cream in there. And then, well, you actually don't have to, if you would like to put your hands in there and squeeze all around, you can. Otherwise,
But you don't have
you
to.
can keep the bag open for a minute and
Yes.
give it a rub. And then let your air out. And then, girls, squeeze away.
All right.
Okay, yes. That's fun.
Yeah.
Now we did ours overnight,
Here you
so
go.
look, you can see where it's gone from there to here, so the colours have kind of developed.
Yes.
Our chicken is all delicious and ready to go. So it says 6 to 8 hours overnight is ideal because you don't have to mess with it. So when you think you've got it, that little chap can go into the refrigerator.
Okay.
Okay. Little chap.
There we go.
Okay, buddy.
Now we tried to simplify this recipe to make it less challenging for people so that you can just try something. The original recipe asks you to skewer this onto metal skewers and lay them across your tray and then place them under your broiler. But we decided that that's just another stage that maybe would make people not want to have to do it. So we
look at that.
just tipped it onto
Oh my
our baking
gosh.
tray and just moved it slightly apart.
All right.
We
I'm not mad about it.
No.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I'm not really into the cleanup either, so just pop a piece of paper on and you'll really have nothing to do.
Yes.
So that one, we're going to slide that into the oven that's on.
Right.
come to the Frozen 2
Yes.
drive-through movie night. It is on the 19th. It's on Wednesday. And we're also going to have a book drive which benefits Flowers Elementary and T.S. Morris. So Flowers Elementary sent us this beautiful list of books that they want for their students, and then we're giving a monetary donation to T.S. Morris. Is that right?
No, T.S. Morris wanted the magazine.
The magazines.
So if
yes.
you've got
So don't
magazines,
throw away
okay.
your magazines. Please bring them to the book drive.
Mhm.
So that'll be Frozen 2 drive-through movie night, which will be a fun treat in and of itself. It's $5 for a movie snack pack.
Oh, and
And
it's
it'll
the
have
best
everything
snack
you
pack.
need to have a good time with at least one friend.
Yes, and you get to build a snowman. So you know.
Yes.
Do you want to build a
Do
snowman?
you
Do
want to
you
build?
wanna-
That's the real question. Do you want to build a
Build a
snowman?
snowman,
I mean,
yeah.
it is hot enough to build a snowman.
Yes.
Am I right? And then the book drive is actually going to be 5:30 to 6:30, which is when Frozen 2 drive-through is. And that's on the 19th. And then the book drive continues on Thursday the 20th from 9:30 to 10:30, and that will be in South Parking. But the Frozen 2 drive-through is by the park.
Yes, and I think Flowers Elementary has 420 students, I believe, this year, so K through 5. So we're just trying to make sure that there is perhaps more than one book for each child.
Yes.
So please do support that. And magazines, just to give you a heads up, any magazine, they cut out verbs, nouns, adjectives. They use, that's the way that they creatively use that. So don't worry if you think it's an article about knitting, it won't matter.
Yeah.
They will still love
They'll be
your,
glad to have it.
your sailing weekly will
Yeah,
be
yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
That's so good. I'm excited about that.
Me
I'm
too.
particularly
Yeah.
excited about that. All right, ladies.
Yes.
Yes.
Onions.
Yes.
Did we didn't find the mega good knife, so we've
I
got
did
the
see
almost
it.
good
Yeah.
knife.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I will show you how I cut an onion
Please.
in
Perfect.
case it's different. And just to remind everybody out here, so here's our little hairy guy. And if you're confused, we are actually making a double quantity of sauce so that we can accommodate the chicken that we did today and the chicken that is in the fridge. So Dave's doing too. So we are just going to do an easy top
Double
and tail
duty.
through the middle. And you don't have to use a red onion. You can use a regular onion. I just love a
I
red
love red
onion.
onions.
So
Yes, it's hard to go back once you've made that switch. Okay.
All
So
right.
off with our paper, and then the real way that you're supposed to do it is to go in this way, and then go down, and then cut, and then you cut the pieces.
Nice.
And then when you get to where you're going to lose a finger, you twist it sideways.
So
So
don't
I'm
lose a finger.
doing a simplified version because you can do, 4 slices this way, but if you can go in, and go down, and to however small you want it,
Yeah.
obviously, and then try and keep your point, and just rock him down
All right.
until you've run out of cut or you don't want to lose a finger.
Yeah.
And then turn him sideways.
All right.
There we go.
Yes.
Fun in the
There we
kitchen.
go.
Yes. But we'll just take it however you do it.
Yeah, it'll taste the same, whatever size it
And
is.
then you can always use your secret weapon if you don't want to chop.
That's right.
Um,
Kate has a new toy she's excited about.
I'm very excited about my new toy. And this sauce, I was thinking about that too. If you buy fresh chicken as opposed to the frozen chicken, you could go on and make 2 or 3 batches of that and put it in the freezer. Just put your marinade in and put it in the freezer. You can make the sauce up in a big batch. I think next time I make it, I will probably do 3 or 4 times the sauce. Not because it's difficult, it's just got a lot of little components. And while you're weighing out for one, you may as well weigh out for a few more.
Yeah.
Then I just
Smells
love,
good.
look at those colours, aren't they vibrant?
Yes.
The spices
I
are
love that
beautiful.
plate. I don't know why. I just love it. Let me show y'all closer. Look at these
So
spices.
This is Gillian's cheat sheet.
This is all of our cheat sheet. But look at that. It just looks so lovely, all those spices. And you missed us talking about spices since my camera spazzed out. So if we have spare time, we'll show you our spices that we got from the Indian market. Unless you want me to do that
Yes,
now.
you do that right
Okay.
now. In fact, I am going to use my new toy just to whiz up these tomatoes.
Okay. So these are cumin seeds. These are, I went to, what is it called?
Taste of India. No?
Today's episode is called Taste of India, A Spice of Life. The Spice of Life is the name of the Indian market in Montgomery. If you live in Montgomery, these are cumin seeds. And I remember when I texted Kate to ask her if this was enough seasoning. These are the black mustard seeds, and she was like, yeah, we only need a teaspoon of each.
But good point, if you are buying spices, it's so worth it because it was the same price for those giant bags. They were $4 a bag.
Yes.
And you know in the supermarkets it's quite expensive.
This is amateur powder, which is mango powder. It's
Dried
dried mango powder.
Cool.
And we've given you a substitute for that too, which is a spoonful of lemon juice. And that there is a note at the end of the recipe to tell you, well, I'll remind you when you get to it, that you add them at different points if you're not using the same thing. Okay, so we've got paprika, chili, turmeric, cumin, and then our garam masala, but that will go in at the end. So really this is just a case of adding things gradually to bring our sauce together.
Yes.
So the onions are going to go in first, and we're going to stir fry those for 5 to 7 minutes until they just taking on some color. Under the sea. Oh no, where's she gone?
Come on. All right.
Okay, so our onions are looking just like we want them to, slightly translucent. So we have got a whopping 10 cloves of garlic, which are going in. Oh, am I right in the way? Let's tip
No,
this
you're
way.
good.
Garlic.
Never too much garlic. And this is a couple of tablespoons of ground ginger. And I just did that in my mixer. That's all that. So we're going to whip that around. Garlic burns fairly easily. So just keep it on the move, and we'll turn our heat down a little bit.
Yes, I've definitely burned garlic before.
Good to have a cloth to one side, because the quickest way to alleviate any kind of problem is just to whip it off the heat. So if it feels like it's doing anything, we're going to let that. Oh, you need to smell that aroma.
So
is
good.
stunningly good. So now the next fun bit is all of our spices, and I'm actually just going to take that off of Gillian. So these are going to hit the pan and release their flavors. We want that to happen just for a few minutes, but again, we don't want them to burn. So we're going to pop those all in, mix fast.
That's beautiful.
And that's great.
Mix it all in together. Okay.
And you could, if it all feels like it's stuck in a mess, you could put a little bit. I've got a large surface area so that it cooks quicker. So I'm adding a little bit more oil. But you can see that turmeric.
Lovely.
And again, you just spread them out and let that flavor.
Smells amazing.
The heat hit all of it. Well done. All right, and then we've got our faithful Greek yogurt. Gillian's going to have a grand old workout. We're going to just add a spoonful at a time, just mix that in.
It's gonna be
I'm
really
going to
buff for her
actually
meeting.
turn this off for a minute while we're doing that.
Yeah.
And maybe move her over a bit. Yeah.
Great.
Multitasking, I love it.
I know, I'm like, where do I look? Where do I look?
No, you're doing it great. I'm wondering if I did double yogurt. Let me just have a little look.
They weren't fun cooking with other people.
I know.
Add to it.
Take turns stirring.
Okay, keep
Hazel
stirring.
wants to help. She'll be there soon.
Oh,
soon
she
enough.
will.
She does help with some things. in the
My
kitchen, but
nephew
she
is
thinks
making
it's lots of
eggs.
fun.
I'm sure
Yeah.
she's gonna be
Yeah.
getting her step stool and making y'all breakfast soon.
That's right.
Now we've just got a little bit more left in there. There we go.
Okay, perfect.
Magic.
Yum, yum.
Literally. No, seriously.
All right.
That's
I think we can
amazing.
break. Put that back
Back
on.
on.
Now, next is the tomatoes.
Yummy, yummy.
Okay.
So
And you pulse them in your.
I just pulsed them
Food
in my
processor.
mixer.
Yes.
And when we've made it before, I haven't had fresh tomatoes, and I've just substituted with canned tomatoes.
Yeah.
Preferably, not the ones with basil.
Yes.
Yes.
Basil.
Get something more neutral. So it tells us just to stir that around. There's some chunks, but they'll cook down. Let's not worry about
Stir
it.
this.
Oh, yes. Here, we'll do that. Doesn't that look good? This is our chutney.
Yes,
Chutney.
I will
Chutney.
definitely be trying this recipe.
Yes. Now, how is this different, do you think, from what you've done before? You
Yeah.
can tell me later.
I promise it'll be better.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's a good giggle. That's a good giggle.
So now we are going to add stock. So I think it says 350 mils, and again we're doing a double quantity, so I've got 700 in there.
So after we make this, would it freeze well, like to freeze
Yes.
it up and then have it later?
Right, absolutely. As I was saying, I think doing it in a batch would be great.
Yeah.
So we want that to cook down now until it's nice and thick and saucy. So we are going to let that do its thing. And probably we're going to turn this on super low. So this is going to continue to cook. But because we're going to move on to make our last side dish today, we're going to just turn that off while we're not looking. And then we'll catch you back up with how that turned out at the end. But this one we are going to leave on to do its thing. All right.
Did
Now,
the stick get turned on?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are moving forward to make Gillian's favorite.
Oh, girl.
Oh yes, Gillian, you like okra a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I do. It's like Bubba Gump and his shrimp. If you've seen Forrest Gump, he likes it anyway. I like my okra fried, boiled, pan fried. Any way you make it, I'll eat it.
Even raw. She
Yeah.
just encouraged me that raw was good. Okay, and this is our little teaspoon of garam masala. So I'm going to leave that there for a second.
Deep fried, of course, is my favorite.
Oh yes, crispy.
And I'm just on the learner scale of okra, but a willing participant.
Do you want to taste your first raw okra today, Kate?
Should I?
Yes, yes.
Do it.
Yes. It's fresh, just picked this morning from our garden.
Oh, that is so cool.
That makes it better,
Yay!
right?
Yeah. Pick sweet.
You don't have to lie if you don't like it. No, it's good. I was just waiting for the sliminess that everyone talks about. If I eat it really quickly, I maybe won't get that. You know what it actually reminds me of? It reminds me of runner beans that my grandparents used to grow as children. I guess that's just that sort of green. Oh, there's the slime.
Delayed slime.
Yummy.
She's gonna finish that later.
Saving it so Joel can also try. So we are going to get a fresh chopping board. So we're going to cut for a second and come back with a chopping board. And they assured me in the recipe if you washed and individually patted them dry, they would be less slimy. So they have been lovingly bathed this morning in the hope that that will help. And patted.
Oh, good idea.
So they are pampered okra.
Rows of okra going.
Yeah.
So the little preparation that I'm unwrapping over here, we've got ginger and chili, and I've just whizzed those together in my preparation because they actually get added at the same time. And then this has got the anchoa powder, coriander, turmeric, and chili, I think.
Okay, I've been waiting for the anchoa powder to come in.
Here it is.
Yay.
And is that what you said was the mango powder?
Dried mango powder.
Cool.
And then these are our little cumin seeds. Love a cumin seed. And then we have some little juliennes of ginger just for our garnish at the end of this dish.
I did enjoy watching Kate, Julian, Ginger, because I learned, I don't know, I always learn a lot when I
A
watch her.
julienne is just a little fancy French word for a little matchstick. These perhaps could be littler, but mine are a bit like a French fry. They're a little matchstick. Right, we're back.
We're back. Oh, yeah. Hi.
So we're going to pop our okra into a pan with some preheated oil. So we're just giving that a second to come up to speed. And then Gillian is going to give it her magic stir fry.
Yes.
Trying to do everything I can to, you know, avoid the slime.
Yeah. We want that for you.
We do.
We want that for you.
And it tells us that we cook it, you know, and it will dissipate. So as you cook it, so
Nice.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
you're ready.
All right.
Yay.
Tag
The
team.
okra's going in.
In fact, Adrian, why don't you read us the next
All right.
next episode? Yes. Where is Winston when you need him? He knows we're
Okay.
different.
Does Winston like pretty much anything that falls?
Actually, I think Winston would be a vegan given his choice. He likes flowers and roots. And but he does. And
Yeah.
Joel bought me a bunch of roses, and we went in the other room. He's got them all out. He'd eaten all the flowers off the top. I mean, he loves flowers.
That's
Wow.
hilarious. I
All
love it.
70 pounds of
Oh my
dog.
gosh. Okay, to another pan, add the remaining tablespoons of oil on medium heat. And once the oil is hot, add the cumin seeds and let them sizzle for a few seconds.
Oh, we're going to sizzle our seeds again.
Sizzle our seeds.
right.
Sizzle our seeds.
Do you want me to
So
stir
we-
that?
Yes, why don't you stir that?
Here's our spoon. Oh, is this it?
Yes. That's enough right there.
In fact, we're not going to put oil in it. We're just going to put our seeds on.
Okay.
We're going to borrow this heat for a minute.
Okay.
Borrow that heat and let them sizzle. And then what are we going to do with them?
Then we are going to add the chopped onion and saute for 2 to 3 minutes until soft.
So we've added our cumin to the pan, and we have just sizzled it until it's aromatic. Then we have
Let me come over.
Need a little more.
yes,
Add some more
yes,
oils.
Yeah.
yes.
Hey, we're gonna go see Kate, okay?
There
Kate and
we
Gillian,
go.
go see what Kate and Gillian are doing over here.
Hi, friends.
Hey, we just took our curry. Look at the color of that beautiful curry.
It's
So-
so red.
Yes, Gillian is about 7 minutes in. I guess you'll know better than I when that is done. And I'm softening onions in here with our cumin seed. And once I feel like that's a little softened, I'm going to add the ginger and chili. Yes, this is definitely a really good prepare-ahead meal. I think probably challenging to do. Not really difficult, and it's kind of fun, but it does take a little while. Yeah. And now that this has bubbled a little, we're going to add in that garam masala. And I would stir it. Okay, this is now magically doing its thing.
Okay,
That's quite a
great.
large onion. Alright, so in goes my ginger. See, we're learning together today. Mostly we've already cooked, practiced, but this one we are,
Flying blind.
we are flying blind, yeah. So we're like,
It's got to be some
seems
fun,
like it's gonna
risky
work.
element. Yeah.
Okay, so this is some of the canned tomatoes that we talked about using. So I'm going to put in what I consider to be the equivalent of 2 medium tomatoes. Alright, and then
Then we add the spices: coriander, turmeric, amchur, red chili powder, and salt.
there they go. So then obviously if you don't have your mango powder, you're going to, don't put your lemon juice in now, you're going to add your lemon juice at the end. And that's what you're going to use instead of your mango powder.
She added a tablespoon of water at this point so the spices didn't burn.
Alright.
But I guess that's optional if you have a lot of liquid from your canned tomatoes.
Yes, I think I'm a little more pulpy, but good to know. And then do we combine this the next
Yes, then we add it to the
okra?
bhindi and mix well. Set it to low medium, cook for 5 minutes without covering.
Wow. Alright.
I think this okra is probably
Alright.
Ready for a friend.
Getting cooked, ready to go. Alright, well then I'm going to come to you with mine.
Mmm.
So look, that's a lovely quick one.
You need to turn it down a little.
Yes. You can, as I lift it up, if it feels like it's this one you can just rest it on here, okay? Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Alright, let's find that as a serving dish.
It's like our version of, or the Indian version of okra and tomatoes.
Right?
Yes, delish. Stewed tomatoes with okra, yum.
Learn something every day.
Yes, Kate. Today's your day, Kate.
All right.
Okay.
Alright,
So-
so let's pop that into here.
Okay.
It does say sprinkle it with garam masala and garnish with ginger julienne if you want.
Yes. Well, we have our ginger julienne. Oh, look at that. Alright, so let's garnish away. So we've got ginger. Okay, we've got chunky ginger.
Okay.
We've got a few little chunky gingers.
Let's see. This eye is still on. Do we need it on?
No, but
No,
it,
no,
it's
it's
very slow to turn
Okay.
down actually.
Yes. Do we have enough, Kate?
Alright.
Hey guys, so I am preparing the papadom. So remember I showed this to you before. These are from Taste of, the Spice of Life. So what I have here is a bowl with a little bit of oil in it. And I'm gonna take this brush and brush on just the teensiest little bit of oil onto each side. And then we're gonna journey over to the microwave. And you put the papadom in there for 30 seconds only, and it is ready. So if you have a 30-second button on your microwave, today's your lucky day. So as you can see, we got a perfect papadom. Ooh, ooh, hot, hot. And he's gonna land in a soft place. So that's how you prep your papadoms. And now you know. The more you know. We got several flavors. So this is a red pepper. Oops, I just broke it. And then this is garlic, my favorite.
Okay. chicken has come out of the oven. It's cooked. I've just popped it in a bowl because it was cooked a little before my sauce was. My sauce is beautifully thickened and ready to go. But as I told you, we had done a double batch of sauce, so you could just tip this in and be gone. But we're actually going to tip our chicken into our serving bowl. Oh, all those beautiful spices. And then we are simply going to ladle from behind the plant some of our boiling hot, let's turn that down, our tikka sauce over the top. It's onions and it's tomatoes. Just a feast for all your senses today. And it perhaps could have thickened a little more, but I think that that is delicious. I'm just going to wipe the edge of the bowl. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is we cooked some basmati rice. And in fact, by cooked, I mean we actually bought the little packets that are pre-done. We'd already done a lot of work today. I've jazzed it up by adding some crushed pistachios. You could add some cranberries to that. I don't have cranberries, so I've just soaked some raisins, which are also great with curry. You could sprinkle through, if you're not a pistachio girl or guy, you can use flaked toasted almonds. Those are really good in there too. And that's just, you know, an easy way to make your rice a fun side dish. Oh, you know what else would be really good? Would be pomegranate seeds. Would be absolutely delicious in there. And some extra chopped up coriander. So, our celebrity, I was going to serve you a bowl of food. So we've got a little of all of the things that we have prepared today. We've got our papadoms, our naan, our chicken tikka masala, our rice,
Oh man,
our
it looks
raita,
wonderful.
our okra, our bindi, and our onion salad. So can I fix you a bowl?
Please, would you? Yay, it looks so yummy.
We're just going to put a little of everything in there for a little colourful hospitality for our Gillian.
It looks so good.
I think it's going to taste delicious. And then we're going to pop a papadom at the side. What's wrong?
Yummy.
Look at all those colours.
Yes.
That's so pretty. It's just a mini bowl. But thank you for
that
being on our
looks
show.
fabulous.
And just our last little thing to share with you, our family tradition is to put sliced banana on the top.
Fun.
I think maybe it's because as a child it was just another way of just toning down those spices, but it's a tradition that has stuck. So welcome to the family, Gillian.
Aww. Love it.
And
Thanks,
bon
friends.
appetit. You're
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Delicious.
Yum. Okay,
All
good.
right. Well, I hope you will all give it a go at home.
Yep.
If you've got questions, let us know.
Yep.
And bon appetit,
Yes.
as they say.
Enjoy. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Let me just bring this
Yes.
Yes.
It is you.
What'd you say?
I don't know.
Jillian has to get to a meeting.
Yeah.
So-
So see y'all later.
Yeah, thanks
So-
for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll sing, and it'll be the same song we sang